Welcome to the Postgame show presented by the Maroon Club, enhancing 23 Division I sports. Join the Maroon Club today, and our player of the game presented by Coca-Cola. Experience the Coke side of life. Here's Sam Cooperman with winning head coach Mike McGarvey.
Well, guys, we're here with Lafayette coach Mike McGarvey after a big win over Holy Cross, 75-59. The Leopards up by as much as 20 in this one, and coach, very different game script than when you guys were up there and it took a late three by Ryan Pettit to put you ahead there in the final 30 seconds. Just take us through this game and how you guys were able to pull away and do so convincingly.
Yeah, I think we learned a lesson in playing at Boston here at home after we beat them earlier in the year. The second time around, every team is so well coached, and Holy Cross obviously, and Coach Paulson is really well coached as well, and they're playing really well too. You know, they came in here with 3 wins in their last 5 and 2 in a row. So I think our players were a little bit more locked in saying that just because we won one time doesn't mean we're going to win a second time. And I credit our team's urgency on the defensive end in both halves. I think we guarded the ball really well. We rebounded it pretty well. And then our connectivity on the offensive end. I mean, 18 assists on 29 made shots is always something fun to watch.
And you talk about the connectivity offensively. You guys shoot 50% from the field, nearly 50% from three. You know, how is the ball popping around like that? And you guys just seem to consistently find good looks.
Yeah, I think it's a trust level that the players have with one another, right? If the ball gets given up early in a possession, it'll likely come back to you. That's kind of the way we've been playing. And the way Holy Cross plays defense, they were trying to force us to put the ball on the floor a lot and dribble it. So the more we moved and our bodies moved, I thought we were able to get great shots, and it's evidenced here by our field goal percentage, 50% from the field, 47% from three. I think we just did a really nice job of finding guys when they were open.
Yeah, well, an exciting game, and certainly impressive to see the way you guys were able to pull this one out. You get to the back end of February here, you're in that crunch time. To be able to win a game like this, what does this say about your team?
Just resiliency. You know, we're at that time of year where school gets a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder to practice every day and show up every day with the urgency necessary to win games and prepare. But our team is pretty tough and pretty connected right now. So for us to do this on a regular basis and play at a pretty high level is good, but we still have to find ways to improve so we can finish out strong. All
right, Coach. We'll let you get right back to it. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
I'm going to bring over Justin Vanderbont, our player of the game. And Justin, a lot of guys could have chosen for this. Just a very diversified, balanced effort for your team. You know, how would you assess the way you guys played tonight?
Just like you said, everyone stepped up big, offensively, defensively. I thought, especially in the second half, our switching on defense was as good as it's been all season. So everyone stepped up.
Yeah, no question about it. It did feel like on both ends of the floor you guys were locked in. You know, looking at the offensive end, and I asked your coach a little bit about this, just how were you guys able to get so many good looks and convert at such a high clip?
Just sharing the ball. I'm not sure how many assists we had, but our sharing of the ball has been good. It's taken a little lapse the past few games, but especially our assist-to-turnover ratio is pretty good, so we just got to keep sharing the ball. Everyone can make plays.
And after a win like this, you know, certainly you got to turn around for the next one. But what's the feeling like seeing your team play a complete game like this?
Feels great. Yeah, just everyone trusts each other. Everyone trusts each other that they're going to make shots, get stops on defense, rebound. So, yeah, looking forward to Saturday.
All right, we're looking forward to Saturday. Lastly, just in terms of playing in that game and, you know, all that goes along with playing your rival Lehigh, you know, how would you describe that from what you've gotten to experience here?
Oh, no, it's great, especially last year's playoff game. Like, the students are back on campus this year. I'm not sure if we played them in the regular season with students on campus, so I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, well, no, there's a lot of preparation and everything that goes into that, Justin. But congrats on tonight, and we'll see you Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, Gary John, back to you.
All right, Sam, thank you very much. 11 points for Justin and 6 rebounds as we take a look at some of the highlights of tonight's ball game. We'll look at some of the numbers, and we'll say goodnight.
The guy with the toughest job tonight was Sam Cooperman because he could notice how he had to stretch that to reach Vanderbont. But the other guy with a tough job was anyone who had to guard Caleb Kenny around the basket. He really had Holy Cross clicking early on. But as we said before, Holy Cross has some pieces, some young guys. Watch Caleb Kenny on the flush right here. You know, Singleton is a good player. We saw him hit a jump shot a moment ago. This is him again. And you just can't take anything for granted. He's got unlimited range, only a freshman, and you really have to like the way some of these Holy Cross younger players, you know, played offense. But I don't think they're diversified enough. They're not big on the inside. Lafayette just played so well. We heard Mike McGarvey talk about their intensity defensively. Lafayette is efficient, if unspectacular. You look at them play and you try to figure out what they're doing by looking at a stat sheet. You really can't find it in the stat sheet. It's just they share the ball. They play great defense, and everybody does their job. Joe Nugent had a pretty good game for Holy Cross. Obviously, 3 or 4 threes from the outside. Bo Montgomery, this is one of the better passes of the day, finding Singleton. I'm sorry, that might have been Bo Montgomery. Yeah, Bo Montgomery finding Singleton. How about the freshman? We talked about Mike McGarvey. You heard him talk about moving the ball, how many assists per field goals they had. And they're big guys. Lafayette's big guys move so effectively without the basketball, and that creates those open opportunities. A.J. Wills for Holy Cross, another promising freshman, had a big game for him. And, again, there we talk about the big guys moving without the ball. Ryan Pettit in the post area looking for someone to pass the ball to. And then how about Luka Savicevic with a nice play around the bucket for the Leopards. Here's Wills again with a little follow-away jump shot. Some bright spots for the Crusaders. But, man, I'll tell you, this Lafayette basketball team, they do all the little things. How about Devin Hines with a little cherry on top of this Sunday kind of game? And he was just electric when it called for it. And how about big Mike Bednostin around the bucket? I think he had 3 hoops down the stretch. Not a whole lot of playing time, but a chance in a game like this for some of those bench players to get some minutes.
As we look at the numbers individually, Bo Montgomery with 10, Singleton had 10, Caleb Kenny had 10 rebounds in the ball game. But, boy, you talk about assists to turnovers. Lafayette 18 assists on 29 field goals, only 5 turnovers in the game, led by Kyle Jenkins with 11, Vanderbond with 11, and the leading scorer in the game tonight was Eric Sonberg with 16. Vanderbond and Weich both had 6 rebounds. And again, our assist leader, Devin Hines with 5 assists, Mark Butler with 4 assists.
4 assists and no turnovers for all the minutes he played. And Gary, we've watched this team now under Mike McGarvey for just about the whole season. And there were times in the early going, now a lot of it had to do with that tough out-of-conference schedule they played. Disjointed would have been the word. Okay, they're still finding themselves, finding their footing, finding that rhythm on offense. Man, they have found it. They just 5 turnovers for the game against a team like Holy Cross that can bring quickness defensively.
They don't get any closer to Colgate tonight. Colgate won their ball game by 10, so Colgate stays with just 1 loss. They're now 10-1, and Lafayette goes to 9-2, 10-14 overall. Holy Cross, keep saying Bucknell. Holy Cross, 7-17, 4-7 in the Patriot League. That's it. Lafayette wins this one, 75-59. They get ready for Lehigh at Lehigh on Saturday night. That will be a 7 o'clock start, but come here first. 2 o'clock, we'll have Lafayette Lehigh women, and our women have won 2 in a row, and they have beaten the 2 second-place teams in their last 2 ball games. John and I will be here. Sam, we thank him for a job well done. We thank all of you for spending time with it. John Sabino has been our director tonight, and the LSN team doing a terrific job. For all of us, I'm Gary Laubach. Good night, everybody.